nerds, what's up? Today I finally am filming on my camera and it feels so good. We are going to be doing a tag today that Sarah from Sarah Sunbeemz just posted. Oh my god, I'm so excited about it because it's the Stranger Things tag and I'm obsessed with this TV show. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the TV show. We're going to talk about some really great books. Thank you, Sarah, for making this tag and tagging me. Here we go. If you don't know what Stranger Things is, because you kind of need a little bit of a background if you don't know what it is at all, these 8 questions are based on 8 different things that happen within the TV show, which is an 8-episode Netflix original. It's fucking phenomenal. It is a supernatural thriller that is about these kids, and the one of them goes missing in the first episode, so there's some thrillers, but there's some supernatural things. It feels very like Goonies and Super 8, E.T. Oh, it's so good. And it's not like super scary. I don't like scary movies, and I wasn't terrified. It was way more of a thriller than it was of like a scary movie or a scary TV show, but it was still, oh my god. Now we're gonna do some tagging things. Question number 1 is epic and intro. The intro is so good. So creepy and the things are coming in. The opening sequence of Stranger Things is amazing and it really grabs your attention. So name a book grabbed your attention from the first page. This one I'm picking We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This was a big booktube phenomenon coming around, like, what was it now? 3 years ago? 2 years ago? This book is really good. Look at how tiny it is, but for such a tiny book, there's a lot of things that happen in it. The first few lines, first of all, there's a map. Gotta love a map, even in a contemporary novel. Part 1 is welcome, and it says, "Welcome to the beautiful Sinclair family. No one is a criminal, no one is an addict, no one is a failure. The Sinclairs are athletic, tall, and handsome. We are old money Democrats. Our smiles are wide, our chins square, and our tennis serves aggressive." And it goes on. It's a little bit of a, like, not prosy, but a little bit of prosy. The last sentence is, "Perhaps that is all you need to know." But it's not. So, read it. Number 2, Dungeons and Dragons. Name a fantasy world that you would like to experience for yourself. So for this one, I am picking The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman. This is the entire trilogy bind up. I feel like no one ever talks about these books, but they're so good. In this series, the main character and like the world, an alternate universe from our own, where our souls are held outside of our bodies in an animal that is attached to us because it's our soul. And before puberty, the soul can change shapes, but then eventually it stays shifted into an animal that most identifies with you. So it's kind of like the Harry Potter Expecto Patronum, but like all the time in real life sitting there, and not because you have to think of a happy thought. I just really want my own little cat that follows me around all the time. I already have Hedwig, but like I want him to come with me everywhere. Number 3, squad goals. Because when 11 met Mike, Dustin, and Lucas, it was mostly a perfect team. Oh my god, I love 11 so much. And Mike and Dustin and Lucas are also very cute. Dustin is fucking, I think he's my favorite character. He's so funny. And I just love, he just cusses a lot. And they're like 12-year-olds, supposed to be in 8th grade. And it just is really cute. They're adorable. And so you have to name your favorite squad for a book. I'm picking the squad from A Court of Mist and Fury. I can't really give you much more than that if you haven't read A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm obsessed with them. I'm obsessed with every single one of them. There's not one that I don't love. I want to be all of them. Every single one, even though most of them terrify me also because they're very scary. I want to be them. All of them. Can I just be myself with them? But also, I am not that cool. Number 4, ABCs and Christmas lights. Such a good aesthetic in this show. Loved it. Joyce Byers goes mad with grief when Will goes missing, which is her son. Joyce Byers is played by Winona Ryder, so if your 1990s/1980s like heart is not singing for the show yet, name your favorite mentally unhinged character. Amy Dunn from Gone Girl. Amy Dunn, man, is insane, but also I kind of love her. Number 5 is The Upside Down. Name a book that was opposite of what you expected it to be. Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor, I thought was a hardcore fantasy, when in fact it is an urban fantasy, which I didn't know. The difference between fantasy and urban fantasy is that in a fantasy world, you're actually in a fantasy world that does not exist in real life. Urban fantasy, which is like Harry Potter, where there is the real world and there's the fantasy world, and it's hidden within that real world, or like City of Bones is an urban fantasy, etc. Throne of Glass and Court of Thorns and Roses are true fantasies. A lot of the time is spent very mystery-like. You don't really know what's going on. It's not until the very end that you get like a lot of information, which I loved, but I just did not expect that, and I really, really liked it. Number 6, Mad Scientists. Oh, I really hate him. It's like such a traditional plot from the 1980s, and it's set in the 1980s. The government is doing scientific experiments and creating all the bad shit, like E.T. So good! The government is the problem. I'm a fan. Dr. Brenner likes to get freaky with humanity. Name the freakiest dystopian government that you can think of. And I don't know if this is the freakiest one, but I didn't want to steal Sarah's answer, which was The Hunger Games, because that shit is insane, and she's right. I picked a different book, and it is The Program by Suzanne Young, which in this story, depression has become such a huge part of the adolescent age group. Then there's so many suicides that are happening within our world. It's like this huge phenomenon that's happening. They have created the program, which basically forces you to not be depressed anymore. They put you into this home, and they erase all of the bad memories, and then you're not allowed to go back home because it'll spark those memories back up. So you are like a little bubblehead that doesn't know anything. Weird and creepy, and I don't like it. And also, it doesn't really fix anything because you're still depressed. You just don't know why you're depressed. Number 7, Demogorgon. Name the scariest bookish creature that you would not want to come through your walls. I'm gonna pick The Diviners by Libba Bray, which is actually a paranormal fantasy. And so it's all about ghosts coming back. Freaking villain of the first book. No, I don't want him anywhere near me or the city or the world. He was really terrifying in real life, like when he was alive, and then in his death. The scary monster from the Stranger Things is also super terrifying. The sound effects sounded very like dinosaur-y, and then his face. Number 8, Cliffhanger ending. I was so upset that it was a cliffhanger. The fact that what I'm about to say is happening means that they did a really good job. I wanted closure. I do not have closure, and now I'm just thinking about it all the time. I have goosebumps right now just thinking about it. So the cliffhanger question is, name a book that left you wanting more. Other than the first book in this series, which was good, but it wasn't my favorite, every book in this series has left me wanting more, and the next book is about to come out on September 6th because it is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. I have my book pre-ordered. It is signed and personalized for me. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this book. There's just a lot of things that need to happen. Sarah J. Maas is so good at writing series that makes you not only want to like keep reading and keep enjoying the characters, but it makes you like wish that you were there, that you were in it. Like, am I the only one who gets like that, where I'm just reading and I'm like, why is this not my life? Like, not necessarily the scary parts, because like usually these books are very intense and deadly and stuff, but I'm just talking about like, I so badly still want my Hogwarts letter. And I still so badly wish that I could find out that I was accidentally Fae. Why isn't my life cooler than this? That is the end of this tag. I am obsessed with Stranger Things. These books are all really good. Read them all. Who has been watching this show? I tag Christine from Pulling Bananas Books. Kat, have you been watching this show? Kaz, have you been watching this show? I know Sierra's been watching this show and she's been liking it? Question mark? Molly from Magical Molly, I tag you. Who else has been watching it and loving it? I need you all to love it with me. Fandom and Books, have you been watching it? Creator? I think I'm gonna stick with those 7. I hope that you all have at least watched it. So I tagged those 7 people. If you have watched Stranger Things and I didn't tag you, or you haven't been tagged yet, do it. I tag you. You're tagged. Talk about Stranger Things with me in the comments below, and all of these books, because they're all really good, and so is that TV show. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I make videos every Monday and Thursday, so I will see you guys very soon with a new one. Bye! I wish I could